Tum tum tum. Good morning, comrades. Fancy seeing you here. All right, all the jokes aside, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Nürburgring. Welcome to a different setting because I decided to try something different together with this dramatic intro. Welcome to a pretty special day, namely, probably the camera will not focus and I don't have time for that. You just have to believe me. It is 11th of November. For many Germans and Dutchies among you, it is the start of Carnival. But for me, more importantly, it is my birthday. And as the title of this video suggests, it's my 32nd birthday. Now, since this channel is not only about cars, about food, about my dog recently, it's first and foremost about me and where I like to share sometimes very personal, very intimate things. And also on this special day, I think it's a very nice occasion to talk about how my life has changed over the last course of the year and how you could also see that. So in this video, I want to reflect on these changes, maybe talk about the projections for coming year. And usually when I make this type of video, when I talk about lap records or news, and when I talk just on camera about one specific topic alone, I usually make a detailed plan on my computer, make a plan in my head, but at this time I just couldn't formulate it. So you know what, let's just talk about it. Maybe it's going to be a very short video, maybe it's going to be a very long video. We will see where we end up. But let's start with the start and go a year back, namely to 11th of November 2020. And back then I published a video where I talked about the ring tractor crash, which was kind of weird now that I look back at it. But more importantly, shortly before that, I left my dream job at Rimac Automobili to come back to the Nürburgring because I felt this was where my heart was, where I wanted to be with my friends, the track that I loved the most, with the environment that I loved the most, the environment that I loved slightly more than I loved Croatia. And with all this around this, I was constantly thinking, did I make the right choice? And in addition, in November came a very strict lockdown in Germany where everything was closed. You couldn't do anything, you couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't go to the Netherlands to visit my mom, to visit my friends. Even here in Germany, you couldn't do anything. So in addition with everything and the track being closed, and I'll be honest, tiny in comparison, probably because I always believe that things can go a lot worse than they are. Let's say depression hit me. You could see it in the summit videos because I could finish easily a bottle of whiskey in one go together with Robert. I cannot do it anymore at this point. Now, also thinking about the publication of this crash video of Ring Tractor, all these thoughts and all these processes made me realize, like, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to failing in life in certain aspects. And I decided to make a couple of changes. So first, of course, to change my, I wouldn't say physical appearance, but to my physical condition, to start exercising, to start training, because this is not only good for the appearance, it is also very, very important for driving cars and be better at them. And if I look now, where I am right now, I am very satisfied. I'm not completely satisfied because you should still continue. It's a continuous ongoing process, but I'm very proud of what I was able to achieve. So yeah, I did change my physical appearance, which helped me also to become a better driver. Now, speaking of which, this year I still had a couple of incidents. I had 3 accidents on the passenger seat that also made me quit my instructor job. I also had 2 incidents while driving that you actually don't know about. One of them, a car crashed into me that I was driving. And at some point I will talk about it, but there's still currently investigation going on with the police involved, etc. But at this point, with all the video evidence that we have, it is in our favor. But once the time comes, I will probably share it with you, and probably it will be also a member section because we're not allowed to talk about crashes or show them, but some secrets can be more secretive but more public. And there was another very small incident, actually quite recent, where I went with only 2 wheels in the gravel in Arenberg where it was cold and wet. I will probably talk about it as well soon enough. But yeah, the year hasn't been perfect, but we still have 2 more days at this point to go, the day after tomorrow and Sunday. So I'm not gonna say too much, but at least I did not have very expensive bills or even completely car write-offs like I had in the past. So again, something to be very satisfied and happy about, but not completely. So we still have an ongoing process of self-improvement. Now, in addition to the physical improvement and driving improvement that I also want to contribute is actually, I decided to get a sim that I haven't shared with you, but I have been driving and practicing a lot on the sim of SimTag company, which is co-owned by Andy, who is responsible for Sky Limit events. So this was also very good to contribute to my improvement as a driver. And hopefully this is something that you could have seen also on the video, throughout the videos, in comparison to previous years and now. Now, in addition to the physical appearance, I decided to change something else that was bothering me, or even actually, let's say, started bothering me more, because as my face got slimmer, my prominent underbite was becoming even more prominent. So I decided to proceed, or to commence and proceed with the dental changes. So got braces, removed the wisdom teeth, or first removed the wisdom teeth, then got braces. And eventually, in a few months' time, I will be having double jaw surgery, where the bottom jaw will be moved backwards and to the left, and the upper jaw will be moved forward and to the right. And then I won't be able to talk for a month, to eat for a month, and it will be very interesting times when it comes to my YouTube endeavors and everything else. The final thing, or the so-called another more or less final thing, was I, of course, decided to get a dog, Pancake, because at the end of 2020, we have said that it was a very tough and difficult year, like it was for everyone, of course, but it was also a year that made us realize that some things were more important in life than just working, chasing brand deals, working for manufacturers, chasing views on YouTube or something, but actually it was more important to enjoy life and do things that you like to do, and more importantly, do them with your friends. Now, in this case, I always wanted to get a dog, but there was always an excuse, and now I proceeded to do it. And, have been very happy ever since, as you could see on the videos. It's not always been easy, but it is there. And finally, also, I decided to invest a lot more in relationships with my friends, other than pursuing a greater career on YouTube, trying to do something new, trying to push out more video. Hey, I didn't miss a single day of upload. It was not always great content, but I still managed to do it. But on the side, I was enjoying life a lot more. So I think all combined and all together on these personal changes, developments, it has been a fantastic year. Or to say, it's been the most successful year when it comes to personal development. So I'm very happy about that it went the way it went. Now, we could also briefly talk about the career successes. I mean, of course, YouTube channel is very important. We hit recently 300,000 subscriber mark, but it has been going actually the way I wanted to go. And as mentioned previously, I was not chasing any big brand deals, or trying to work with anyone, really reaching out to people like, hey, I'm so big and let's do something here at the Nürburgring, yada yada. But the partnerships that I have had this year have proven to be extremely successful and also very satisfactory. The most prominent one of them, of course, with car manufacturers is actually Polestar, to which I want to say big thank you to the trust of the team, who were giving me the cars to drive them on the Nürburgring, and eventually even went a step further, because when I was criticizing their products, instead of telling me you know what, we don't want to work with you anymore because you're not doing with our cars what they're intended for, they actually came here with a team from Sweden and said drive our car now and tell us what you think of it. And it ended up being actually improved product, and they improved the product based on my feedback. Something that no other car manufacturer would have done based on feedback of some small-time YouTuber. And for this, I'm again very grateful. We have lots of cool other stuff coming up together with them, and one of them is actually an Eco GP race, a 24-hour endurance race, or actually distance race on the GP track this weekend. So in case you are at the Nürburgring, come by to cheer for us. George and I and two other members are actually participating. Non-Apex members, I mean, so it should be very cool. So I think on that regard it was very nice. In addition, actually, I also want to give a kind of shout out to BMW for giving me the BMW M4 back then, after criticizing them for their grille. And still, I don't exactly very much like how the car looks, but it starts growing on me. But it was cool to see that the manufacturer actually also, although you criticize them, they appreciate your honesty and want to work with you. So maybe we can do something more in the future as well. But that's so far when it comes to like professional things. But I do want to say, like, since I mentioned already Polestar, I do want to give also a big shout out to Evogen, the company of Hani Rambat, my dear friend, who have been supporting me in my fitness journey. So that has been great. So maybe we can do something more with them in the future as well, in terms of maybe Hani. Oh, actually, we spoke with Hani. He's going to come over to for his European delivery. So it's going to be some car content, maybe some fitness content. So all in all, it's been a great year, and I want to thank all of you for not only for supporting me, for watching, for helping me to go through these changes, and also actually encouraging me to do certain changes, and also sometimes being happy for me for experiencing those changes. So first of all, most importantly, for the support, basically, is that I'm starting to get sidetracked. So I think it's pretty much the end of this video. Yeah, maybe a couple of projections for the upcoming year that I want to quickly share with you. I want to continue on the same note that I have been doing over the course of this year. So continue with my personal development when it comes to physical appearance, to become even better endurance, stronger. Let's grow. I want to become definitely a better driver, so reduce my number of incidents to even lower. But hey, anything can happen. Maybe something can happen in racing as well. You never know. You cannot exclude it, but you can always be aware and try to keep your guard up and to eliminate it as much as possible. When it comes to work, I'm not sure if I want to do more, but something tells me once I'm like stop investing more the time that I'm investing currently in myself and all these like fitness stuff, and also the dental plan that I want to finish, that I will finish obviously next year, and some other things that maybe I want to maybe not necessarily change something in work, but I want to do maybe something more again. I don't know. Something tells me that I want to exceed somewhere, you know. Weird thoughts, but as mentioned in the beginning of this video, is going to be a train of thoughts that I want to do something, but I don't know what. Yeah, maybe driving for a manufacturer, that would be great in a 24-hour race. Speaking of which, first time this year was also a very big thing. Right, I think I'm going to end it here because I start to talk nonsense. Let me know what was your, I don't know, biggest noticeable difference over the year. Which moment did you enjoy the most from this year? Of course, in a month's time, when we're gonna have the end of the year, like actually recap, we're gonna talk more about the actual like video type of thing, the cars that we drove, etc., etc. But for now, try to, like, if you've been like a very long going subscriber, try to share with me some personal moments that you liked with me, I guess, more or less, or something. Anyway, really starting to sidetrack now. Thank you again for all the support. Thank you for all your birthday wishes, for people who have already wished me a happy birthday and that are going to. If I'm not going to reply to any single one of you, don't blame me. This means I'm having a very good day with my friends and family, and looking forward to seeing you in tomorrow's video, when I don't know what's gonna happen, if anything gonna happen at all, because although I have some content, I'm saving it up to publish it in a week time when I'll be going on a holiday to get some tan in the Dominican Republic and stop looking like as if I'm dead, because we had this great summer with floods and everything that I haven't spoken about. But then I think we should focus on bad things and focus on good things. All right, I do need to say something about the floods, because they also have definitely contributed to the fact of my perception of things, of how, not career or money or possession or materialistic things are important in life, but actually who you have around you and what you represent as a person. These things, they have shown us a very crazy stuff, that people that we in the previous thought perceived as douchebags, as weird, as posers, they were actually the ones who would actually go out of their way and do things for other people without actually saying anything, but we would find out that they would donate huge chunk of money or do something without actually talking about it, whereas other people wouldn't actually do anything. So again, having said that, don't judge people. That's also another very big lesson that I have learned over the course of the year. Okay, I really should go now, and thanks for watching, and see you in tomorrow's video. And looking forward to sharing my experiences in the upcoming life year, also obviously calendar year. Bye bye.